What a mess! A highly anticipated debate at the Oxford Union, one of the world's most prestigious debating societies, has completely imploded, sparking an international war of words. The topic was explosive. This house believes that India's response to Pakistan is a populist strategy sold as security policy. But instead of a fiery intellectual exchange, we got a spectacular public fallout, with accusations of lies, cowardice, and deliberate sabotage flying in every direction. So, what on earth happened? Let's untangle this very complicated and frankly quite farcical situation. The story really starts with the Indian speaker J Sai Deepak, a prominent lawyer, who took to social media with a detailed, blow-by-blow account of what he calls an organizational failure and a Pakistani gambit to avoid confrontation. His version of events directly contradicts a statement from the Pakistan High Commission in London, which painted a very different picture. According to Deepak, the whole event was shaky from the get-go. He pointed out that key positions at the Oxford Union were held by individuals with Pakistani ties. He named Musa Harai as the union's president, allegedly the son of Pakistan's Minister of Defense Production, and Raza Nazar as the treasurer. This raised eyebrows, but the real trouble began just 2 days before the debate was scheduled for November 27th. The original high-profile Indian speakers, former Army Chief General Naravane and Dr. Subramanian Swamy, had to pull out due to last-minute commitments. This left the Indian side scrambling for replacements. Despite the incredibly short notice, Sai Deepak, who was already prepared to argue for India, managed to assemble a new team from within the UK, bringing on board Manu Khajuria and Pandit Satish K. Sharma. It seemed the debate was back on track. But the real drama unfolded just hours before it was supposed to begin. At 3:13 p.m. on the day of the debate, Deepak says he received a call. He was told that the Pakistani delegation, which included high-profile figures like former Foreign Minister Hina Rabbani Kar and Defense Minister Khawaja Muhammad Asif, had not even landed in London yet. Hearing this, the Indian team, who were on their way, decided to abandon their journey to Oxford. It seemed pointless to travel for a debate that wasn't happening, but then came the twist. A little while later, Deepak claims he received confirmation that the Pakistani delegation had, in fact, landed. Not only that, they were already checked into a hotel in Oxford. This revelation led Deepak to unleash a blistering attack. He accused the Pakistani side of deserting the battlefield even before the battle begins, suggesting they simply lacked the courage to face a live, unscripted debate. He didn't stop there. He also called out the Oxford Union's leadership, accusing them of allowing the prestigious institution to be dragged in muck and effectively becoming a mouthpiece for the Pakistan High Commission. The story from the Pakistani side is, as you might expect, completely different. The Pakistan High Commission in London released a formal statement. They expressed regret that the Indian delegation, which they noted was originally slated to include General Naravane, Dr. Swamy, and even Sachin Pilot, had withdrawn at the last minute. They framed this as the Indian side handing them a walkover. The implication was clear. The Pakistani High Commission suggested that India backed out because it lacked the confidence to defend its security policies in what they called a neutral and intellectually rigorous debate. So you have two totally conflicting stories. One side says the other faked a travel delay to avoid the debate. The other side says their opponents simply failed to show up. It's a classic he said, she said situation, but on an international scale. The controversy didn't stay confined to the debaters. Indian politician Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Shiv Sena UBT party also weighed in on social media. She mocked the situation, writing, "Pakistan is crying again over an Oxford Union debate. This is for the record. Once again they have proved to be liars. Expecting any better from them was not even on my list." Her post essentially threw more fuel on the fire, amplifying the Indian narrative that Pakistan had deliberately sabotaged the event. So, who are we to believe? Let's break down the claims. Sai Deepak's account is incredibly detailed. He provides a specific timeline, names, and a sequence of events that suggest a coordinated effort to mislead the Indian team. His core argument is that the Pakistani side got cold feet and created a phantom travel delay to get out of the debate, only to have the Oxford Union and the Pakistan High Commission spin it as an Indian withdrawal. The fact that he claims to have confirmed their presence in an Oxford hotel is a crucial piece of his evidence. If true, it's a smoking gun. On the other hand, the Pakistan High Commission statement is formal and official. They are portraying themselves as the wronged party, ready and willing to debate, only to be stood up. They cleverly name the original high-profile Indian speakers who pulled out, perhaps to suggest a pattern of withdrawal or disorganization on the Indian side. Their version relies on the idea that India was afraid of the debate's topic and chose to avoid it rather than risk a public loss. The Oxford Union itself seems to be caught in the middle. Deepak's criticism of their leadership is harsh. He essentially accuses them of being either incompetent or complicit. For an institution that prides itself on free speech and rigorous debate, being accused of enabling one side to deceive the other is a serious blow to his reputation. The fact that the union's president has alleged ties to the Pakistani government only complicates matters and feeds into the narrative of a biased setup. Ultimately, what was supposed to be a platform for serious discussion about a critical geopolitical issue devolved into a public relations battle. Instead of debating India's security policy, the two sides are now debating who lied about their travel plans. It's a farce, as Deepak himself called it. The real loser here might just be the Oxford Union, whose credibility has been called into question. And of course, the public, who missed out on what could have been a very insightful and important conversation. This entire episode highlights the deep-seated mistrust and rivalry that defines the India-Pakistan relationship. It's so intense that it can derail even a student debate at a university thousands of miles away. Every interaction, no matter how small, becomes a battlefield for national pride and political point scoring. What do you think really happened? Was it a deliberate Pakistani gambit to dodge a tough debate? Or did the Indian side genuinely pull out, handing Pakistan a propaganda victory? The truth is probably buried somewhere under layers of accusations and counter-accusations. But one thing is for sure, this wasn't the Oxford Union's finest hour. The intellectual showdown we were promised turned into a political soap opera. It's a shame that an opportunity for dialogue was so spectacularly wasted. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think is telling the truth here? Thanks for watching, and if you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the stories shaping our world. See you next time.